Did you feel that?
Oh, it's probably me shaking my foot.
Okay, that's fine.
This?
Yeah. Oh, okay. It felt like somebody had walked upstairs, and I was like, he's kayaking. What's happening?
No, this is what you don't feel when we're in the other place recording.
Because now we're in the shaky place that has all the things that bend and move. And yeah.
Drunk bitches be like. Drunk bitches be like. Drunk bitches be like.
Welcome to Drunk Bitches Be Like. I'm Brandi.
I'm Mindy.
And this is all about two women, a few beers, some tipsy stories, and some drunk ideas.
Welcome. We are in a different spot now.
We are.
We've relocated from the brewery. What that opens us up to is an outward expression of things that we are drinking. Mm-hmm. Because we always wanted to respect the brewery that we were in.
And so we drank the brews there, which were good.
Yes, absolutely. Love them. But we also had promised that this would be a drinking podcast from the beginning. And it's taken us a little while to get our feet under us. And Jesus, took Brandi forever to do this office.
It really did. And it's still taking forever. Although I have the important things up. I mounted the TV in the corner so I can see the TV from anywhere in my office.
You need a bigger TV, though.
You know, I was looking at sizes of TVs. And I was measuring, and for some reason, even when I measured that, I thought it was going to come out further and like possibly like hinder the jewelry box and everything that's hanging up in the mirror. And so I was like, and
when it comes to TVs, size matter.
I also got it for a really good deal because it was $50 off.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So I was like, okay. And it was a smart TV. And not only it was a smart TV, it was an Amazon TV. So like I can trigger it with my Amazon.
Oh, it's like the Fire.
Yeah, it's a Fire
nice.
TV. Yeah, so I can tell my Alexa device to turn it on and off and go to places and whatnot. So I don't have to actually use a remote. So it was a laziness factor.
I really wish my Roku TV would do that. We were, we'll talk about later. We were on vacation. We were walking through Walmart because why not go out of state and go to a Walmart? They have different things.
I'll tell you what, Walmarts, love Walmarts. Anywhere I go. We go to Walmart.
I don't necessarily like the inherent problems that comes with it or their labor issues.
Like the actual like entity of Walmart, no, but like walking around Walmart is always entertaining.
Yeah, and it's different in every city and every state. So we went, we were walking through and we were looking for like the stupidest things. We needed to get a pop-up for the baby that was on vacation with us, not with us, but
you need some
part
shade.
Of the vacation. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And we had this big umbrella that we'd brought with us, but we didn't know if that would be legit to use. So I digress. We'll talk about vacation fully in a minute chronologically, but we're in Walmart and we're walking down we are 10 and a half hours away from home and we're walking, you know, sales don't last that long.
They don't.
And it's a week. So we're walking down the aisle and there was a 75-inch TV, a 75-inch Hisense, which is what we have. The Hisense is what we have, but this was a 75-inch Roku Hisense TV. For $4.99.
Nice.
And I looked at my husband and was like, hey, like head nodding toward it, like, what do you think? What do you think? And he goes, that's like 10 inches bigger than our current TV. And I was like, I know. And he's seriously contemplated it. Like, I love him because like when it comes to maybe tech things or like TV things, it doesn't take much to provoke his interest. And so that's how we have the 65-inch TV that we have now, is that it was Super Bowl weekend 2 years ago and it was on sale for like $3.99. So we literally on Super Bowl day were like, out to Walmart, grabbed it. Yay. I think it sat on a TV stand. I also got like this really cool TV stand for like $125.
Nice.
And we had, I forget what TV we had on it. His old TV we had on it. And I was like, this stand is not rated for
this size
they've
TV.
gotten lighter and lighter.
Oh yeah.
So his TV was several years old, and I was like, "This is how much does your TV weigh?" And he was like, "I don't know, like 150, 180." And I was like, "This TV stand is not rated for that, but let's see how long it takes until it falls down." It was only $125. So we ended up getting this TV, selling his on Facebook, which. It was just a whole thing, like trying to protect a young lady from herself. I was like, you have to meet us at the police station to get this TV. And she was like, I'm not a bad person. I was like, I know you're not, but you're meeting strangers to pick up a TV. you should probably think about these things for yourself. So we got this 65-inch TV. And so, every time we go into Costco or I'm like, look at that curved 85-inch TV. We do not have, you've been in our house, I think, maybe. Yeah, you came to our house. We don't have room for an 80, even if we put it on that wall.
Yeah.
We can't sit far enough away from that TV.
You would be pretty close. I mean, not super close, but like, yeah, it'd be.
Oh, like our living room is, let's see, my rug is 10 by 12.
I feel like you'd have a surround sound TV.
Rug 12 by,
it would be just surrounding you.
Our rug is 12 by 14, so our living room is 16 feet wide from couch to TV. So yeah, it'd be really goddamn close.
You'd be a little snug.
Especially curved. I'd be like, look, we're in it. We're actually in it.
I mean, it'd be like surround sound TV. Well, that's the thing. Like I keep seeing those curved monitors and I'm like, oh, that would be really nice in my little corner desk thing. Yeah, curved monitor. But then I'm like, I don't need a curved monitor. Like, I don't need that. That's like...
Need is such a relative term.
It really is. Well, I have, okay, so we're sitting here right now at my new desk, and I have three monitors.
New recording studio.
And I have 3 monitors on a monitor stand right now. And I have two 27-inch.
I'll have Brandi take a picture of it, and then we'll...
Yeah, and then I have, I don't even know what that is, like a 24-inch or something on top, because it's going to be hooked to a different computer because I have 3 computers right now.
Are you counting the graphics tablet?
I am not counting the graphics tablet because that gets attached to one of the computers. I know I've got so many monitors. It's ridiculous. I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 monitors of different computers that I can hook up. But I'm like, I don't need a curved monitor because I also have another of the 24-inch monitors just chilling over there in the corner. And I'm like, I mean, I could hook that up to something else because my desktop, so I have a desktop computer that I can hook up to 2 monitors. I guess you could
get another one of those.
Yeah, I could hook it up to that.
Fancy arms and spread those out.
Oh, I got this arm. Okay.
Do you know if I had this set up, what would happen is that I would have like YouTube on one of these, well, like TikTok on another.
So my original idea for buying this was the fact that I was going to put on the 3rd monitor on top, I was going to put the TV.
Yeah.
And then I was going to put 2 monitors that go to my computer, right? Well, and then I was like, I have a desktop and then I have a laptop that has a dock that I can connect to get to monitors. And so then I can hook up a TV, and then I bought a TV so that I can mount it in the corner of my room. So now when I'm looking at my 3 monitors, literally my TV monitor is in my upper left-hand corner. So I can see the TV monitor, my top monitor, my 2 bottom monitors, and my laptop's on a like little lift thing so that I can also see that. And then my graphics tablet has its own little like lift thing, so it's on its own little like pedestal. I have a lot of monitors and things, and I haven't gotten everything connected yet because when I went to go hook up everything, because they were hooked up to old stuff, like they don't have the right cables, so I just ordered some HDMI cables online. I'm waiting for those to come in tomorrow. Like, I have all the cables and things, and then I went to because the shopping never ends. I went to Menards and I got like 2 different like packages of like cable hider things that I can attach to like the walls so that like, I can hook all the cables up and have little like tracks that they go in. Yeah. So I've got to hook those up still, and it's a work in progress. But it's working.
If you pull our TV stand out on which the TV does not sit because it just really just holds video game cartridges. They're not cartridges, but you know what I mean. Yeah. It holds video games, video game systems, although I'm not allowed to sit the Switch underneath. So it has to sit out in the air.
We have a Switch that we don't use a lot, so I'm actually thinking of moving the Switch upstairs here and putting it over by my vanity so I can hook up to the TV so I can use my Switch in here.
Like you and husband can play Switch games together because I can't play. Number one, I can't play with that little goddamn controller. And he was like, well, I can actually get you a converter that makes it a bigger controller.
Oh, yeah, no. I have the handheld
it's
controller.
It's not a big controller. It just takes that little ass controller and gives you a bigger handheld
thing. It inserts it into the bigger handheld thing, and then you can play it on there, yeah.
Oh my God, I don't like it. He tried to teach me how to play Mario Kart, and I was like, this is frustrating. I just keep dying. He's like, you'll get better at it. And I know Mario Kart. I don't.
All right, Mario Kart is like a fan fave. I do not like Mario Kart.
I think he's got something on it. He's got all these Mario things. I don't know.
Oh, I love Mario Party. Mario Party is my jam.
Maybe he has that one. He has all the things.
It's like a giant
some
board
kind
game.
Of Haunted Mario, or
I played Haunted Mario. It's good. I like it, but like, yeah, I prefer Mario Party.
Our friend Jody was like, would you like to play Animal Crossing. I was like, small farms. That's nothing. Would you
no.
like to play Animal Crossing?
Yeah.
And I was like, no. And she's like, what about Star something?
My stepbrother tried to get me to do Animal Crossing. I created my own character and everything else, and I was like, I can't get into this. I just can't do it. However, I'm super excited because, you know, I'm a huge Harry Potter fan.
Yeah.
They're coming out with a Harry Potter, I think it's called Harry Potter Legacy. They're coming out with it this Christmas, and they're going to have it on Switch. And so my stepbrother, we already like talked about it, and I think he's going to get it for me for Christmas. So that way we can play it together, because it is like, all right, so I used to play World of Warcraft, which is a, what is it called? MMR?
MMR, yeah, multi something role playing.
Yeah, MRPG, multi role playing game.
Something
MRPG.
like that.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Something like that. So I used to play World of Warcraft, and I kind of quit because, I don't know, things and time.
Because you don't want to sit for 6 hours.
No, that's not the problem. I just don't have 6 hours anymore. I would love to sit for 6 hours and play
And Crusade or whatever the hell they do.
God, the raids. I loved the raids. They were so great. But they're basically making a Harry Potter game that's kind of like that.
Oh,
So when
really?
you start, you get to, like, you create a character, and then you get sorted into a house, and then basically your entire experience in the game is going to be like based on the house that you get sorted into. And
Oh,
like,
cool.
Yeah. So it's going to be very like in depth and immersive and whatever else. I'm super excited about it. So
I feel like if they would have done,
you probably won't hear from me after Christmas, except for the
not.
podcast.
I feel like had they done something similar to that, what was I trying to think of? There are a lot of things I think I would have gotten into if they would have done it like that, where
Yeah.
you have like a theme and then you can do the thing. Like World of Warcraft never applied to me.
Yeah, it's very
But then when they
generic.
came out with like certain things, like what is it, Second Life? Or something
yeah.
like the one like people were making like hundreds of thousands of dollars to level people up and like buy a digital apartment that doesn't actually exist, and
Oh, God.
like they were building graphics and you would like buy an apartment.
Oh, my God.
Is it Second? I don't know if that's the right name, but it was like one of those role playing games, and I'm like, well, even that seems excessive because I'm just always going to be on the bottom because I'm not spending money for that.
Right. Oh, sorry. My neighbors have dogs.
I was like, is there a small toddler screaming downstairs?
There are two very small, white, fluffy dogs next door that like to come out on the front porch. And
Nice.
Yeah.
No wonder Stormy ran over there when she
Yeah.
was done. But no, I think, I think that would be really cool with the whole Harry Potter theme.
yeah, I'm excited about it. So, you know, we'll see how it goes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Plus, I'm always looking for things to do with my little stepbrother. He, I don't know if I've ever talked about him on here. He has cerebral palsy.
Oh, I didn't know.
So he, and he is, God, how old am I? I think he's 7 or 8 years younger than me. 30,
29, 30, 31?
31, 32 ish. So he, you know, there's lots of issues there with other things, but we'll just say he has led a very comfortable life because the parents that have raised him have always felt a little like, well, he's very limited in the things he can and do, because I know cerebral palsy has very many range of like, you know, verbal, physical, different disabilities and things like that. So he is nonverbal. He can sort of speak. He can make noises and things, and sometimes I can interpret. It's one of those things where, like, I lived with my dad and my stepmom when I was younger, and so when I lived with them and I was around him a lot, I could interpret a lot better. And then once you like move away and come back, it's harder to interpret.
Yeah.
He does a little bit of sign language, but he has one side of his body is semi-paralyzed, so he has a limp, and you know, but so one of the things he loves is gaming and whatnot. So my dad has made him very comfortable and created a room for him where he has multiple large screen TVs and lots of gaming equipment, and he like will sit there and play his PlayStation, and he'll talk to people online, and like he plays with a cousin or so, or a couple that play online games and stuff like that. So I kind of want to get online and start playing with him a little bit more. So we're trying to buy games and things that, and he has a Switch, and now that I have a Switch, I'm like, all right, I'll try and get online and play with you a little bit more. And I need to do that more often. And actually, that reminds me, I need to send him a picture of his cat because my dad's on vacation this week, so I'm supposed to be taking care of the cat, which I am, but I forgot to send him a picture and tell him that the cat's okay. So I need to do that. Yeah, I'm taking care of the cat legitimately. I just have forgotten to actually send him pictures and tell him I'm taking care of the
Thanks
cat.
for taking care of our cats.
You're welcome.
I don't know. So one of two things happens when I ask people to come over. Number one, they vomit on everything, and I'm like, just fucking ignore it. I'll take
I
care of it
didn't
when
see
get
any
home.
vomit. Did they vomit?
Oh
anywhere?
my god, the couch. They like threw up fur balls. Like,
Oh, no.
They were just like nobody's home. Nobody can stop us. I'm gonna throw up a fur ball here. So we get home and I instantly stripped everything because we were bringing the dogs home the next morning. And I
Yeah.
was like, my dogs love nothing more than a vomited hairball.
Right, they're gonna
Like,
eat it.
woo! Actually, they like cat poop. That's the first thing, and then a vomited hairball is good. So I just came home and started stripping shit.
Yeah.
But thank you for taking care of them, because when I had Jody take care of them, they came out immediately and were like, "Who are you? What are you doing? Hi. Hi. Do you want to pet us?" And then she texted me and was like, "I made Walter hiss at me because apparently I petted him too vigorously." And I was like, he seems like he wants to be really roughly left around, and then he gets offended by it, but he won't run because he's like, "I'm just offended by what you were doing. Can you do something different?"
Right. He wants you to still pet
I'll
him.
stay here,
Just not.
but I just need you to address your problems.
Right.
Whereas, and he's terrified of everything except for new people. New people, he's like, "Hello, how are you?" Honey does not like anybody new in the house, and she's the skittish one.
Yeah.
When new people come in, but she's the daring one who will jump off of furniture flying leaps and miss shit. And she's like, "Good, I'm good, I got it." She's not afraid of her dogs. She's not afraid of other dogs. She's just like, "Fuck with me, do it."
Yeah.
Whereas Walter's like, "I'm out, bite, gone."
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely Walter's the welcoming committee. So
I will say, when I walked in, so every time I walked in, Walter and Honey both would come over, and they Honey would sit, Walter would kind of walk around and kind of rub your legs and stuff.
Right.
And Walter would let me pick him up, and I could pet him and snuggle him for a minute.
Isn't
and then
he the fluffiest fucker ever?
So fluffy. And then he'd be like, "Okay, I want down now." And I'm like, "All right, cool." And I'd set him down and he'd be fine. And then Honey, if I even leaned towards her to pet her or anything, she'd be like, "Fuck you." And I was like, "All right, cool, that's fine." And I'd go downstairs, and then but the funny thing is, Walter, as soon as I'd pick him up and pet him or whatever, he was like, "All right, cool, I'm out," and he'd be fine, and he wouldn't follow me or anything. But Honey would follow me everywhere I went, but she wouldn't let me pick her up or touch her or anything else. And I'm like, "All right, you can just monitor me, that's fine. You're just watching. You're just watching.
She's
All
like,
right,
"What are
cool.
you doing? What are you doing?
All right.
I need to know." Love Walter. I feel bad for him because every time we have new people over, if they're cat people, I pick him up and expose his belly, and I'm like, "Pet it. Pet that belly. It is the fluffiest belly you're ever going to touch."
Oh yeah, Walter was a ball of fluff because he looks big, but you got to pick him up, and he's not that big. It's just he's so hairy and fluffy.
Compared to Honey, I'm always like, "You're so fat," and then I take him to the vet, and they're like, "She weighs 7 pounds. He weighs 9 pounds." I'm like, "Are you sure?" I think he's a 13-pound cat. And
He's just very fluffy. No,
he's not as fluffy as he used to be. They don't they're not abused or anything like that. They have bought a toddler bed for them when we moved them downstairs because he was behavior peeing inside the spare bedroom, and we had to close them up in the bedroom too, but it was too small of a space, and he would thank God we're getting new carpet. I managed to deodorize the shit out of it, and you can't smell cat piss in there anymore.
No.
But for a while I was like, "What are you doing to me?" My husband is going to throw you guys out in the street. And you are not cats that can survive in the street. Honey thinks she is, but whatever. So when we moved them downstairs, they had a couch and a chair that we left down there that they could and they never peed on it or anything. That was great. Threw up on it. I never peed on it, but eventually I was like, this furniture has to go. It's holding...
Yeah.
I felt it was holding litter box odor, even though we have, as Brandi has discovered, we have 4 litter boxes with 2 cats because it keeps him in check. He doesn't like to pee in something that's been peed in. So
I mean, it worked out well. I feel like it was,
and they're disposable, so I just toss them out, and they're or they're biodegradable or whatever. So we got rid of the couch, which was great. I got to use a reciprocating saw. And just,
nice
aggression, carry it out.
Super
in
fun.
pieces. Got rid of a couch and a chair. Well, kind of, because then once you get it out to the street, you have to wrap it in plastic before the garbage people will take. Oh no, we didn't do that with it. We didn't take it with the street. We took it to the dump directly.
Yeah, I do
So
that
that
with
was
a lot
fun.
of stuff.
Yeah. So But I felt bad because they had no place to lay because they can't lay on the pool table. We discouraged that.
Yeah, that would be bad.
There's a cover, and
Yeah.
I've spread things out all over the pool table to discourage them from laying on it. So I went and bought a $40 toddler bed and a like $50 toddler mattress. I did not take the mattress out of the plastic that it came in, and I wrapped it in not saran wrap, the wrap that's on a stick, like when you're wrapping, like if you want to ship something, you would wrap it in plastic.
Oh, yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
shrink wrap, but it like
It's
is better than
kinda-
cling
yeah,
wrap.
yeah.
So I wrapped it in that, and then we keep a sheet. Then it has a waterproof
Mattress pad?
mattress protector that's
Yeah.
zipped around it, and
Nice.
then the crib sheet. So because it's a crib bed,
Yeah.
and then a crib sheet, and then I put their 2 little cat caves on top of it because
nice.
it's a little chilly down there. So that's what you might have seen in the corner. Like there's a cat tree and a toddler bed. We're not holding a toddler hostage. It's where the cats sleep.
It's just the cat's
Because
bed.
I felt bad that they had no place soft to like lay.
Yeah.
And their little, I can't put their cat caves on the floor because Walter will literally piss on anything that's on the floor.
Yeah.
It can't be you can't leave plastic on the floor, and you can't leave paper on the floor, which I've told my husband repeatedly. And he will always come up to me so pissed that they peed on this cardboard box. And I'm like, did you leave it on the floor? Yes.
You can't do that.
I don't feel bad for you now.
Yeah, no, that's not a thing you can do.
So I appreciate you coming and taking care of them. They had free run of the house, and they were not free run. The doors were closed, but they
Yeah.
were super excited. I don't know. Who knows what I disinfected all of my counters because I don't know how many times they were running across the counters
I mean,
on the table.
I'll be honest. I came home once. This was a long time ago when I first got Dexter, but I came home once and he was literally on top of my kitchen cabinets. I don't even know how the fuck he got there because I'm like, I know you can jump high, but
Right.
like there wasn't like steps or anything to get. Like I don't even know. I don't know how that was possible. And I didn't see claw marks anywhere, but I'm like, he used to climb up on the counter and like go up on top of the cabinets and stuff. And I'm like, I don't know what to do with you. And like finally after like so many years of having him, like he's learned, like he doesn't go on the kitchen counters anymore.
Right.
And I will say it's a very rarity if he goes on the dining
He's
room table.
150 years old.
He is. He's 15. He's old. But yeah, every once in a while now he'll jump up on the coffee table and it's basically hey, you're not fucking paying attention to me. Like, please, like I want pets now. It's like, fuck, get off the table.
No, the cats will jump up on. Well, and I think too, it's different if you're a cat person. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't faze me that they jump up on this. So like if, just so you know, if I bring you something that I've made in my kitchen, the process with cleaning from the kitchen begins with like cleaning cabinets, cleaning everything above the stove, cleaning all the countertops, like
Yeah.
everything gets disinfected before I do anything. So like we clean the entire kitchen and to be honest with you, that's only if we're feeding other people. If we're feeding us and you get a stray like fuzzy hair, I don't
it's
care.
just part of life.
Something my husband just has to deal with.
Yeah.
We also have 3 dogs, so who knows where that fur came from.
There's just hair places.
Yeah, so we clean everything thoroughly before that. But I feel like if you're a cat person, it's just something you accept in life. And I don't even think that you think about the fact that they walked through their litter box and then walked on your table.
Yeah, no.
I don't-
No. Well, I mean,
I haven't died yet.
when you see a cat like cleaning themselves and you're like, oh, you're licking everything. And then they'll like come over and lick you on the leg or the hand or something. And you're like, oh, thanks for the kisses.
Yeah,
Just
I
licked
don't-
your balls.
You know what, though? We pay attention to the dogs so much for that because they will be looking what we call a dog-gina. And then they will come up and try and lick you in the face. And I'm like, no,
No, stop that.
no. Or, the dreaded butthole.
Oh yeah, that's the worst. I will say, I used to, when it was just me and the cat,
Yeah.
I used to notice the cat hair literally everywhere. Like it was nonstop and it drove me nuts, right? And I only had one cat. But when my significant other moved in with his dog, who was a long-haired, like English German Shepherd, not German Shepherd,
Labrador?
Golden Retriever. Golden Retriever. English Golden Retriever.
You suck as a girlfriend.
I really do. Long white hair. There's like to this day we lost him a year and a half ago now, I think.
Yeah.
Well, a little over a year. And there is still parts and pieces of Connor every once in a while, where like you'll move a piece of furniture or something and like a little tuft of like white hair will float out and you're like, God damn it, there's Connor again. Like he just had so much hair all the time that it was so like overpowering.
Yeah.
That like I didn't even notice the cat hair anymore. And since he's been gone, it's been a very slow burn building up to like, it's been a slow burn building up to like, oh my God, there's cat hair again. Cause like when we talked about me redoing my office, I got a couch from IKEA. I built it. And you know what?
Assembled it.
I assembled it. Here's my thing with IKEA. People bitch about IKEA all the time because they're like, you have to build the furniture or whatever else. My thing is, it's like adult Legos. All you got to do is follow the instructions.
Oh, that's the problem people have is they just start in like, I know how this works. They start to put shit together and then they look at the instructions. They're like, oh, that was C, not D. That was E, not F.
I'm supposed to do this one. I'm like, this is like adult Legos for me. So I built the damn thing and I loved it. It's royal blue. My whole office is bright colors, by the way. It's just like obnoxious amounts of bright colors. But so I got it. If it wasn't
in progress, I would take pictures of the colors.
Yeah. It was so built. I did it. I finished it like, I don't know, midnight. Go to bed, go to work the next day. And I get a text message the next day from my significant other that's like, he's making himself at home. And it's my cat, Dexter, laying on the fucking couch. I'm like, son of a bitch. It's been less than 12 hours and that fucker is already on the couch. And I guarantee I got home that night and I looked at it and like there's already a pucker in the middle of it because he like, did the kneading thing with his claws. And then went over and laid on the one side and the entire side of it was just coated in cat hair. And I was like, God damn it. So I immediately bought a couch cover on Amazon and like rolled the whole thing and got everything off of it and like put it back to like the way it was kind of. And then like put the couch cover on it as soon as I got in. I kept locking my like door so he couldn't get into the thing. I'm like, God damn it, you stupid ass cat.
Okay, here's something that you should know if you don't already know this. If you own a cat, even if a dog, but it works better with a cat, and you have cat fur, the lint rollers are not the most effective way.
No.
You go and get yourself some Playtex dishwashing gloves.
Oh, yeah.
And you wet them and then just start rubbing the furniture.
So I have, so I've tried multiple things. So yes, the roller things are like the least effective. I have this mitt thing that has like the fuzzy things on it where you rub one way or the other way.
Like the velvet?
Yeah. Those work really good on like microfiber furniture, which I used to have. They worked great on that. Not so much on this because it was like more cotton fabric.
Right.
But I also have this little, it's like a rectangle and it's a hard piece of plastic in the middle.
Oh, I've got one of those for the van.
Yeah. And the edges are all like this like
nubs.
rubber.
Yeah.
And you just like rub it on there. Oh my God, that thing worked a wonder.
I also have the rake, it looks like a rake, but it doesn't have teeth. It's just like rough on the edges of it, and you just drag it across your carpet or whatever.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I don't.
So good.
I don't do that much with the cats, but I normally get like a bucket of water and I'll dip my hands in it and just start rubbing like fabric. I had to clean our dining room chairs before we had people over on Saturday.
Yeah.
And I was like, you assholes.
Yeah.
And I told my husband, I was like, we are putting because the chairs are new. Mm-hmm. I got rid of my other ones. These are really nice chairs from Wayfair. Like they've got webbing underneath them. My other ones just had springs. These have like webbing and all this other shit.
Yeah.
And my other chairs were literally dry rotting from the underside. Like the springs, they were supposed to look like a rounded, like a, what do they call those? Preacher chairs? Something. Yeah. So they were supposed to be that. So they like normally have a rounded butt area.
Yeah.
They're just fucking flat. And then when you sat on them, they went inside. So they had worn out their welcome. JCPenney, they were JCPenney specials. They'd worn out their welcome. So we get these new chairs and we're having people over for the first time since we've had them. And I'm like taking my rubber gloves and like getting all the cat fur off of them since they have been making themselves at home under the table.
Yeah.
And I was like, we are covering these shit because they're white with like blue and brown flowers. I was like, we are covering these in cling wrap, press and seal. So don't get used to the comfy feeling of the material because the comfy feeling of material is not for the residents of the house.
It's for the guests.
It's for guests. So we will only take these off when there are people in the house.
Yeah, that's kind of what it was like. I was real salty about the fact I had to put a cover on my couch because I was like, I have all these colors and it's so bright and lovely. And the couch cover is like this very muted blue color, so it doesn't really match. It's still blue, but you know.
Did you hear that buzzy buzz?
Yeah, that was my phone.
Oh.
So
I thought I hit the mic stand. Yeah, that is not as bright as your couch.
No, it's very muted, but it was the only like bluish one I could find that fit that was like under $50, and I was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. The only other thing you can do is get flat sheets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought about doing that, and I was like, fuck it.
We did that with our couch because we have the chaise. We have a left and a right chaise, and then we have a 2-seat sofa in between the two. So, like, we get, I get flannel sheets because flannel's more comfortable to sit on.
Yeah.
I get flannel sheets when they're on clearance.
Right.
So our couch never appears to be gray like the actual couch that it is. It might have blue stripes or little doggy prints or whatever, because we take the twin fitted sheets and put on each chaise, and then we wrap the 2 cushions in the middle in one fitted sheet so that the dogs can't.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the number of times that I have sat down on the couch and I'm like, were you licking your ass right here? Why is this wet? God.
Well, okay, so Kat, we've had her on before. She was the friend we had on that has cancer, which, by the way, update on that real quick, now that I'm thinking of it and I brought her up. She has gone through her major medicines and her 12 weeks of like major stuff, got a scan and got results back from that. And the news was good. It's not going to go away ever. Like, that's just not a thing that's going to happen. However, it did stop it in its tracks, and the cancer cells that were underneath both of her arms actually shrunk a little bit, which was good because they weren't expecting that. They didn't think it would shrink anything.
Her tumor under the breast shrink?
No, but it stopped it from spreading anywhere else, so that was good. So she's on maintenance medicine now, so that's good news. So she has to do that for a year, but we'll keep you updated on that. But she has 2 small dogs, and she had to get a couch cover similar to put on her couch because her one dog will not lick his butt on it. He will lick the actual couch.
Oh,
like he will just like jump up there and start licking the couch. So there would be wet spots on the couch. And she had like the couch that they have is like this tan khaki color, and it's kind of like canvas material.
Yeah.
And so she had to get a cover because he would jump up there and lick the canvas, and there would be like a giant wet spot on the fucking couch. She was like, what are you doing? So she had to get a cover so that but now he licks the cover. So at least it's better than the couch. But yeah, there'll be like a giant wet spot because apparently he'll just go up there and like lick the fucking couch. And I don't know why, but it's just his thing. He likes to lick the fabric. So there's wet spots all the time.
No, our dogs are just licking their asses and the couch is collateral damage. We only have one dog that doesn't do that. Stormy doesn't. And I think it's because she can't reach her own ass. So she's a very long dog.
You know?
They were at daycare, and we tried to book the wash tub that is in the pool area because they have 2 parts to this daycare. One is like daycare boarding. The other one you can rent like an hour, 45 minutes in the pool.
Yeah.
And they have an indoor heated pool to do dock diving or just swim practice or whatever you want. So we were taking Tilly there because she seemed super interested in water. I think we have killed that interest in her.
Right.
She's like, why are you shoving me in the pool? We didn't actually shove her in a pool. There's a process. But they have a wash tub. So I booked 3 sessions, and I was like, booked 3 sessions. I was going to take the dogs over there. As soon as we picked them up from daycare, I wanted to go wash them. So I get a message, and they were like, we have canceled this because you don't have swimming scheduled. And I was like, but this is what the owner told me to do. We don't understand why you need this. And I was like, because they've been in boarding and daycare for a week while we were on vacation, and they smell like piss and slobber.
Oh my God.
Other dogs, I mean, all dog piss smells the same, but like they are now covered in my dogs won't pee inside unless you absolutely can't take them outside. And actually, I'm not even sure. I think Stormy and Sunny would die rather than pee inside. Tilly is like, I rang the bell. I'm pissing inside now. So
That's fair.
We actually had to book them. I contacted a groomer that lives like over by the mall. And I'm like, do I have to make an appointment to use your self-bathe? They said no. And I was like, great. So we loaded the dogs in my van. In my husband's truck. We loaded the dogs in the truck on the inside. We're not in fucking Texas or anything. And we take them all up there, and we have to take them one at a time. Well, which means that I'm leaving my husband with 2 dogs at a time in the truck. 2 dogs that smell like piss.
Oh God.
The first time we ever had to pick them up from long time boarding, we had to have all the windows down because we were gagging. And they got drug inside to our bathtub and immediately got washed. So at least this time we had to go there, and they were like, "Yeah, it's like $11." Well, I don't care what I have to pay you. Like, if you would have had
want a clean
openings, I would
dog,
have had you wash them. But one of them apparently shits every time you turn on the blow dryer. So, which we found out from having her groomed there, and they tried to blow dry her and she shit, and so they washed her, and then they tried to blow dry her and she shit, and I was like, you think you would figure out from the first time not to blow dry her, so that third bath is on you.
Right. Like that's not on me. You didn't figure that shit out.
So yeah, she was the first one to go. I was like, come on, honey, look, let's go in here. And she was like, yeah, no, get in. Shoved her in the tub. Things were great. But yeah, the dog licking, the ass licking, I cannot take it. Stormy doesn't do it. Sunny and Tilly are all up in their buttholes 24/7. And I was like, it smells like fish and metal in here. I don't like it.
Forgive the cookie chewing. Vacation. You went on a vacation. How was your vacation?
I did. The vacation was good. It was my husband's aunt and uncle. He has a very small family. So on his mom's side, her sister and her sister's husband retired in April, and their daughter wanted to give them a retirement party, but do it like in a beach house. So there were arrangements made, and we were all going to Ocean Isle, North Carolina, which I think is part of the Outer Banks. And it's definitely like you have to take a giant bridge to get to it. So
it's terrifying.
Things were scheduled. Mm-hmm. Things were cooked. Honey made pork shoulders. He made like 4 pork shoulders to take with us. I made taco chicken. We just wanted to contribute to like food stuff.
Yeah.
He smoked a brisket because that's what good Jewish boys do.
Yummy.
For their families. And so we like packed up a bunch of shit. We headed down there knowing what we were in for. It was a 10.5-hour drive by Waze, but we knew that they were going to have to stop and eat, and because that would be like lunchtime and dinner time because we were leaving. We left as early as we could. So we left at like 8 in the morning, and we should have been in at like 10:30, but things go on.
Yeah.
So just getting there, relatively normal. Yeah, we dropped the dogs off the night before. We didn't have much problem. We had breakfast and dinner and whatever. The last 2 hours, because we're coming from Ohio to North Carolina, West Virginia's in the way. And I do not like driving up and down mountains in West Virginia because I feel like even if you have your cruise control set and you're like set at 75, you hit plenty of places uphill where you're like, ugh.
Yeah, the car's like, I'm sorry, I don't want to do this.
Yeah. So it just aggravates me. And then if you try and do it manually, you're like, I'm doing 80. I'm doing 50. So we get within 2 hours of the place, what should be 2 hours of the place, because we didn't stop long for dinner. We didn't stop long for lunch. We were chop. Even I was trying to hold my bladder as much as possible and or sleep as much as possible so that I didn't have problems.
Yeah.
So the last couple of hours were mine to drive. A torrential downpour started.
Oh, God.
To where I have never, going to be 50 in like 2 weeks, never have I driven to where I had to just stop.
Pull over. Yeah.
Pull over, stop, or, turn on my hazards and drive 30 miles per hour in a 70 mile per hour zone because I was not stopping. I will 100% tell you I was not stopping.
Right.
So I just did what I had to do. I drove with my hazards on for an hour and a half.
Oh, gosh.
And like not completely, but like, you would turn them off and then like the rain would catch up with you or like come in another wave. You could not see shit. And I already have a hard time seeing at night. So neither of us are good at that. He has an astigmatism.
Oh, yeah. I have astigmatism, and
I'm just old. I was like, I can't see shit, but we're just going to keep going. We haven't hit anything.
The older they get and the stronger the prescription of my glasses get, the more I'm like, it's nighttime, and nighttime's bad enough. But when it rains and it's nighttime, like, fuck that shit.
Yeah. Usually I'm like, where'd all the lines on the road go? So we get over the Causeway Bridge. Bless you.
Thank you.
So we're okay before the Causeway Bridge. We're going through roundabouts because these are becoming new in the United States everywhere. Yeah. And when North Carolina has them, you're like, Ohio's far behind. So we are like every roundabout, like it is just flooded. So apparently what we were driving into was actually just flash flooding everywhere.
Oh God.
But once you get off on the surface streets, it was far worse because you couldn't get in a higher lane. You had to just be
where
in the
you
lane
are.
That you're in.
Yeah.
So I was like, son of a bitch. And we're driving a huge Pacifica, like 2018, 2019 Pacifica. So we're kind of high, but it also doesn't have a lot of clearance underneath it. So we, as we were getting closer to Ocean Isle before we got to the bridge, I was like, this is dicey as fuck. It was worse in the last 2 miles getting there because you were driving through what is a quote unquote beach residential area.
Oh God.
And the rain is coming down so hard that I had to drive down the middle of the road.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you were like going to get sucked into somebody's like beach villa.
Yeah.
And I was doing like 12 miles per hour the last 2 miles. We were going and sucked so hard. We got there. I got out and I was like, I am fucking done. I'm done. I had this whole plan in my head. I was like, we are just going to pack a bag and we can get out of the car and just like even before the rain, like let's just pack a bag. Both of us have things in it. We just need to take one bag in. Forgetting the fact that we did not get linen service for the house.
Oh.
So yes, we can just take the bag in, but we also have to take the coolers out because it's 90 degrees out in the evening. So we have to take both coolers out. We have 120 quart coolers with us because meat and bacon and bacon's meat. But anyway, all the shit that we brought with us.
You're right.
For the week. And then we have to take out the 2 boxes that have sheets and blankets in it.
Oh God.
And then we have to shower. So we have to take the towel. I was like, just unload the whole goddamn van. Just unload it. It was like almost midnight. Just take everything out of the fucking van. It was not almost midnight. It was like 11.
But did you at least get to sleep in the next day?
No.
Oh,
and
God.
Here's why.
Oh, were there small children?
I find them to be delightful in their very own ways.
Yes.
They're very special in their very own ways. But as a couple who has no children, 6:30 in the morning is not the time to be running about and screaming. And apparently you can't, there were 6 children, 6 and under.
Oh my God.
6 to 2.
Oy.
No, actually 6 to 5 months. So 6, 4, 2, 4, 2, 5 months.
Oh my God. Oh no.
And I at like 6:30 in the morning just oh my gosh, the fighting starts as soon as they wake up. Mm-hmm. Like I didn't grow up with siblings. And the fighting starts as soon as they wake up. Mm-hmm. Like, why are you touching me? You're taking my stuff. They're touching my bacon. Why can't I have oatmeal? I don't want to have eggs.
Oh my God.
It was a 4-story place, but we were on the floor with the kids, which is fine. That's not where they were loud.
Yeah.
It's that they were on the floor above us, which is where the living space was.
And they were just stomping around.
And I was like, well, I don't know how they can be that loud. And then I went upstairs and I saw that the 6-year-old was literally picking his feet up and like... and children are psychopaths.
No, they are. They are. They're tiny psychopaths. Yeah.
And so we woke up very early. I did take a nap that day. I took a nap every day because I was on vacation.
That's right. And you should get to nap. That is vacation protocol.
I went to the beach more than I thought I would go to. I was in the pool a little more than I thought I would be. I didn't really want to be in the sun. The sun was god awful there. But we went to eat at a couple of really nice places. We went to the Carolina Coastal Museum. We went and saw the Tom Petty laser light show at the planetarium because the ticket price was kind of built into the coastal.
I mean, that sounds delightful to me.
No. They did Into the Great Wide Open, Free Fallin', American Girl, and then 6 deep cuts from Tom Petty.
Oh, okay. All right.
People were walking out. There was apparently no like flash warning. I don't know what people thought was going to happen.
I mean, it's a laser light show, people.
Yeah.
There's going to be flashes of lights.
We invited my mother-in-law and father-in-law with us, and once we got in there, I was like, "Oh, I'm so glad they didn't accept," because they literally were like, their demeanor was, we would rather do anything else on earth, like stay here with 6 kids, than go with you to the laser light petty show. And once we were in there, I do not have vertigo, but I was having to like look down frequently and then look back up because things were like, they kept doing like the hypnosis wheels and the like images circling around the dome. And I was like, gosh. His dad has vertigo. I was like, well, this would have been a shit show or a vomit show. So I think there were people leaving because of vertigo issues, but also it was flashes, a lot of light. So we like got to watch 3 large groups of people leave.
Oh my gosh.
And we stayed, but then the last like 3 things were these really, so it was like popular song, deep cut, popular song, deep cut, popular song, deep cut, deep cut, deep cut, deep cut. And I was like,
dear God.
I was waiting for Last Dance with Mary Jane.
I was gonna say, where's Mary Jane at?
I was waiting for Don't Do Me Like That. Don't Do Me Like That.
Yeah.
Gully Gonna Leave Me, Baby. Don't Do Me Like That. I was waiting for what is it? Renegade. I was waiting for anything.
And nothing.
I'm Free Fallin', American Girl, and Great Wide Open, which I feel like they only put in there because Johnny Depp was on trial.
Oh my God.
Because Amber Heard was on trial with Johnny Depp. It was, and I thought that like laser graphics would have gotten better in the year. The last time I went to a laser light show was here in Dayton at the planetarium.
Pink Floyd?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been to that show. I loved it.
It's never changed.
Fantastic.
And it's actually not bad.
No, like it's pretty good. It's a pretty good show.
This was not that.
I went to that with my dad many, many years ago.
This looks like it was programmed in your 10th grade class.
Oh, God, that's sad.
Like the people were actually scary. Like they would try and make a human and they could never make the human look the same, like more than once or twice.
It's a planetarium. Why are they making humans?
Because they wanted to be like, she's a good girl, loves her mom. And so like the same face for the girl, like the same face that was on the full length girl was just the mom's head that was in a larger thing.
Oh,
it was
God.
the shittiest. It was the shittiest put together laser light show ever. Now I want to go back and see like we should have went to the Pink Floyd one so that I could come back to Dayton and compare it to the Pink Floyd one.
Well, honestly, as soon as you said that, I was like, man, I really need to take my dad back to that Pink Floyd show again. That was great.
I don't know if it was still the same when you went to saw it, but when they did Ooh, I Need a Dirty Woman, they had like this girl that was like go-go dancing around the outside of the thing. Like go-go dancing. It was flashing, but like she would like have a leg up, a leg down, a leg up, a leg down. She looked like a go-go dancer all the way around.
Yeah.
This was not that.
No. Well, that's tragic.
They like had the
apparently we have an excellent planetarium here.
It was like the clip art of laser light shows because there was something where it was like the zombie. I'll have to look like the zombie prom or the zombie dance party. I don't remember what it was. The Dancing with the Dead or so. I don't remember what the fuck it was, but they were like referring to undead or the zombies or whatever. And so they just had literally like just this odd zombie, like Frankensteinish zombie thing, like
oh my God,
walking.
Who wants to watch that?
It was so bad. And my husband was like, I mean, it was okay for $5.
Okay. All right.
It was not.
It was like what, 25 and that one was $5. So proportionally maybe, but still, like who still wants to pay to do that?
It was horrible. I was like, we should have just gone to one of the educational systems where they should. And it's a planetarium, so you would think that they could do this shit over top of the planetary maps that they had, but only one time did they ever use those planetary maps.
Okay, so it's been a while, but the Pink Floyd show, didn't they do it over top of the planetary maps? Like they had stars up there at least part of the time.
Probably part of the time, but like I really remember the Dirty Woman song, and then I remember another Brick in the Wall where it would have like this huge brick and like bricks would start flying towards you.
I feel like I remember parts though where there was like the full planetarium and then there was actually just laser lights dancing around the ceiling.
Yeah, it's just not that complex. They did not do anything that complex.
Oh, wow.
Like, it was a lot of...
and I wouldn't even think that was that complex because you just turn on your normal lights and then just had laser lights like going to the music. Like, it wasn't even that much.
Like, oh, look, we're making circles. Oh, look, we're making that. Do you remember the toy that you would have that you would put a disc down and then you would take a pencil and like run the pencil around it? It would make like the little like centrifugal.
Oh, yeah.
flowers and
You'd
stuff.
make like the different shapes and
They
stuff.
did that.
Wait, they did that with laser lights on the ceiling?
Yeah, basically.
Interesting. Oh, wait. It's not an etch sketch. What the fuck was that
I
called?
don't remember what it was called.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man.
God.
Let's see. Google.
I loved that thing as a kid.
Circle stencil toy.
Showing pictures that match.
Spirograph.
Spirograph.
They did spirographs on the ceiling.
My God.
And it was red, yellow, and green. Those are the colors.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Blue. There was blue. Because green will make blue. It was, oh God. But seafood. We had amazing seafood.
Nice.
We went there a couple of times.
I'm a big seafood fan, so like, yeah,
I am
that's good
too.
to hear.
We took his dad out, his sister, brother-in-law, myself. The husband took his mom and dad out for Father's Day birthday dinner.
Nice.
Dad had a birthday before then. So we did that. Got snow crab legs, steamed snow crab legs. So we were all just like heads down, like cracks.
Love it.
That was amazing. Even though it was like a devil's taint hole hot while we were there. So, but it was beautiful.
Yeah.
I'll put some pictures up. It was some very benign pictures in which you will see nobody you know. It was beautiful. It was just gorgeous. He got the telescope out. One night it was clear enough to get the telescope out and there wasn't too much light pollution. I was constantly on the lookout for sea turtles. Did not find any.
Aw.
Found a sand crab, scared the shit out of me.
Yeah,
and I
they're-
was trying to take a picture of it and it ran at me. So I just screamed and ran away.
Yeah, sand crabs are fucking vicious. I don't like those.
They're so small and they're the same color as the sand.
I know, but they're wily, man. They're
And
wily.
I lost it.
They
I lost vision of it, and then it ran at me, and I just jetted. And then
sand crabs are like beach spiders. Like I
Ugh.
don't. Yeah, they're not.
So then, hubby, so then hubby and I, he wanted to go down and do some of the sunset walks that like I wouldn't have thought he wanted to do. Like his family all wanted to go down there, so he wanted to go down, not in the heat of the day, but afterwards. And so he and I are standing at the edge of the beach, like scooping beach up to where like the water would come up from underneath the beach.
Yeah.
And he was like, look, I think that looks like a little turtle. And I was like, I don't think that's a turtle. So we scooped it again and I was like, that's a sand flea.
Oh God. There's so many weird animals in the
So
ocean.
we saw like baby sand fleas and we saw skeletons for big sand fleas.
Oh, God.
And I was like, I cannot be here because I spent the week before we left for vacation looking at sand flea foot infestations.
Why would you do that?
Because it came up and then I couldn't get it out of my head.
Oh my God.
And it's just as satisfying as a pimple popper video, but it is
Yeah.
busting sand flea eggs out of your feet.
Oh my God.
So then we all packed up on a Friday and came home.
Nice.
So it was it was a good drive back. It
Yeah.
was pretty good. Yeah.
Was the drive back better than the drive down?
It was because
That's
it
good.
wasn't fucking pouring rain like it was a hurricane. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Never again. Oh, we broke the side skirt off of my mom's van. So we traded her vehicles because she has a newer vehicle. So that when we got back from the petty show, we decided, by we I mean my husband, we decided to back in to this space. Well, we couldn't go into the one space that we were in because his cousin's husband and their kids were out playing with this RC car. So we were like, well, there's enough space for us to go over here. So we went over to this one side and we backed in. And the driver's side was where the landscape timbers were. Just fine because they're very short. They're very short, but they have 4x4 posts
Yeah.
that are like an inch taller than the landscape timber, maybe 2 inches. So as we were backing in, we heard kind of this rub, and we were like, oh, we're a little close. Maybe it was the wheel rubbing.
Yeah.
So we pulled forward, and we heard crack.
Oh God.
So we readjusted and got in this space, and we went out and looked, and what the rub was pushing the side skirt in.
No.
And then like we got beyond that. So then the wheel well
Yeah.
was in between the side skirt. So it was like side skirt, timber, wheel. So then we pulled forward.
And then it cracked.
Just cracked the side skirt. Yeah. So I was like, great. That's fantastic. Well, I'm so much glad. I'm so much happier that it was you and not me. Because my mom will let him do whatever he wants. So we get back and I was like, we're going to bring the van back. My husband has something to tell you. I was like, and tell her now. So he brought her out and checked it, and she was, he's like, I will buy you a new side skirt and put it on, or you take it to a body shop. And she called me 2 days later and was like, I think we can super glue it. And I was like, I don't think that's a thing, but sure, you guys can try.
Oh my God.
So now they tried to 2-part epoxy it, and it didn't work. So we'll see what they're going to do now.
So my mom came to visit me, I don't know, a couple weeks ago or so. I don't know, the past few weekends we've been seeing each other a lot. I went to Columbus a couple times.
I feel like you're in a relationship now.
Yeah, a little bit. But so apparently there's this little girl in her neighborhood that, like, I don't know, my mom works on the garden and stuff all the time, and she has plants and whatever. And there's this little girl in the neighborhood that I guess came and was helping her with stuff, and like came and asked her, she was like, is there anything you need help with? Because I'm looking for a job. And she's like, I don't know, 10. So my mom's like, all right. So she's like, I'll have her pull weeds and I'll give her $10 or whatever. And so she was at my house one time, and I have all these, I don't know, cosmetic stuff. I do, like, I put fake nails on all the time because I bite my nails.
Yeah.
So there's no point in painting my fingernails. So I'm like, I just buy like fake nails that I either press on, or I have like glue that I glue them on, or I have like those Color Street things that I put things on. And
right.
And she was helping me organize the office and everything. And I had like, a couple baskets of like my vanity stuff that was all in a bucket. And she found my nail stuff, and she was like, oh my God, you have so many of these. Are any of these that you would be willing to give up or whatever? I've got this little girl that comes and helps me with things and whatever else. I think she'd love these. And I was like, sure, So last time she was here, I had this little kit of like press-on nails. They were like light blue, and they were the kind that already had like a little glue stick thing on the back of them. So all you had to do is like peel off the thing, and you could just stick them on your nails.
Oh, like the sticky tabs.
Yeah, the sticky tabs, and they're already on there, so you don't have to like do the sticky tabs yourself. You just like peel off the thing and stick them on your nails.
Right.
So I gave them to her. I was like, here you go. Give them to her, whatever, next time you see her. So I was there this weekend, and while I'm there, this girl comes and knocks on the door. And my mom goes, oh, it's my little girl. And she goes and answers the door. And the girl goes, do you have any super glue for those nails? And my mom looks at her and she goes, I don't have any super glue. And like the door's open enough that I see her, and I'm like, super glue? And she goes, yeah, they only lasted like an hour. And I'm like, okay, those fuckers, I put them on my fingers, and like, granted, the sticky ones only last like a day or two. Right. Whereas the like ones that you use nail glue on last like a good 6 days. And I looked at her, I was like, you don't want to use super glue. I was like, how long did they last? And she was like, oh, they only lasted an hour. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing after you put these on? And I was like, well, when you put them on, do you like hold them onto your finger for like 30 seconds each and make sure they're stuck before you like do anything? And she goes, oh yeah, I did all that. I just need some super glue so I can put them back on. And I was like, you don't want to put super glue on your nails. That'll ruin your nails. You need nail glue. And she goes, oh, I use super glue all the time. What?
I feel like she needs parental supervision.
Yeah, I was like, what? You put super glue on your nails all the time? She goes, oh yeah, it works great. And my mom's like, I don't have any super glue, but if I get some nail glue, I'll give it to you. And she goes, all right, well, super glue works. And then she walked away, and I was like, I looked at my mom and I was like, do not give her super glue. Like, I don't know what she's doing with super glue, huffing it. I don't know, like just like pouring it all over her nails. But like, if she's putting super glue on her nails and then putting nail, like, and then it's coming off within a couple, like, even if it's coming off within 2 days, I'm like, she's just ripping her nails off. Like, does she even have nails? Is it just skin? Is that why it popped off within an hour? Like, does she even have nails? Have you looked at her fingers? Like, I don't understand what's happening right now. And this girl's like 10, and she's just running around the neighborhood, and I'm like, okay, no.
Super gluing shit together.
She's just super gluing shit onto her fingers, and I'm like, I really want to go
Maybe
find
she's
out
walking
more,
with
but
like mulch.
Yeah, I'm
super
like-
glued to her fingers. Like, look at my nails.
yeah, I'm like, all right, next time you give her nails, we're not giving in to her. You're going to invite her over and I'm going to put the fucking nails on her because I don't understand what's happening. Because I don't no, I've done this plenty of times that like, you don't need super glue on
As long
your
as you
fucking
don't
nails.
stick them in boiling water, they hold on pretty
Yeah,
well.
they do. I'm like, they're made to stick on pretty good. I'm like, I have put them on before. I worked a shift at the wine shop.
Yeah.
I have washed dishes all night long in hot water, soap, sanitizer, and like just rinsing water.
Right.
And they still stay on for another 2 days. So like, I don't know what this girl is doing that they only stay on for an hour.
Oh my God. All right. Well, we are at the probably end of our time. What have you been drinking?
So I'm a big gin fan. Mm-hmm. I have found out though, apparently,
Green face.
not everybody carries gin in multiple things.
Oh, I thought you meant not everybody cares for gin. I was like, you're right.
Yeah, not everybody cares for gin, but not everybody carries gin.
Really?
Yeah, because we have all right, so first of all, I'm a pretty I'm non-discriminatory when it comes to it. Like, I don't drink super cheap gin because, headaches and hangovers
Right.
and whatnot. But Tanqueray is kind of a well drink for most bars and things, but like that's a well drink for me, and gin,
Right.
Tanqueray is fine. But so I went to the local liquor store here.
It works pretty well, doesn't it? The local liquor store.
Yeah. On my way home today, and I was like, I don't have any gin at home, and I really just want like a gin and like, gin and soda water with a little bit of lime in it, whatever. And I stopped at the liquor store, and I'm looking around, and like the lady looks over the counter, she goes, "Do you need help?" And like the only gin I could find was like 3 different bottles behind a glass thing that was locked, and I was like, I was just looking at the gin. Is this? And she goes, "Oh yeah, that's all we have." And I was like,
Oh.
okay. I was like, "Oh, well, I'll just take the Tanqueray."
Liquor store, the Little Farm?
Yeah, no, not Little Farm. The drive-through.
Oh, okay.
Corner place, whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. So I was like, I'll take that. And I got that. And I came home and I was like, all right, well, apparently I need to go to a bigger liquor store if I want different kinds of gin.
What'd you walk away with?
So I got a bottle of Tanqueray and some soda water and some Rose's lime juice. And so I've just been mixing those 3 together.
Nice. I started off with I make iced tea every day. Mm-hmm. Just I don't know. We have an instant hot, so I just pour hot water over tea bags in a huge measuring cup, and then I pour it over ice, and it makes iced tea. So I made 64 ounces of that today. So pretty hard concentrated tea. And then as I was rolling up on our time to do this, I was like, I should get started. So I had, I know I had 2 ounces of vodka, Tito's.
Nice.
And then I poured some iced tea on it with my sweetener, and then dumped some lemon juice in it. So at least I know I had 4 ounces of vodka. So the iced tea lemon juice ratio, couldn't tell you because whatever else filled up the cup with the ice.
Yeah.
And then we got here and you had us test trial cherries.
Oh yes. So when I was at the liquor store getting my gin, I knew at home I already had some Woodford Reserve cherries, bourbon cherries, that I had not tried yet that were in the fridge. And while I was standing there, I saw a jar of moonshine cherries that were
Smoky Mountain cherries?
Smoky Mountain cherries, moonshine cherries. So I was like, well, let's have a cherry tasting. So I poured each of those in a little cup so we could try those. And I will say the Woodford Reserve ones are very yummy.
Right.
But you do not taste any bourbon.
Right. I don't think they're charred. They said a splash of bourbon, and I believe them.
Yeah, I feel like they splashed those. The the moonshine cherries, you bite into that sucker and you get a moonshine taste very quickly.
It burns.
It really does. It burns, but it's a maraschino cherry, so you also get the maraschino cherry flavor.
Like you really want to enjoy the maraschino cherry, but all you have is just like a burn down your face. But now she has these out, so we have to eat them.
Yeah. But they're they're yummy, but also awful.
The old Smoky Mountain pickles, moonshine pickles, so much better than this. Like I actually drank the liquid.
Oh yeah.
We brought those someplace we should not have brought them, and I will not mention the place that we brought them.
It's true, but the pickles were delightful.
And pickles were wonderful. We were sharing them with so many people.
Yeah, we were. They were really good.
That's probably where you got COVID.
The cherries are a little bit more
burning.
Potent. Yeah. They're a little more burny.
I feel like God,
They got an after flavor of moonshine that you just
you can
can't.
light my breath on fire right now.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta have a bourbon cherry after those. It calms down. The sad part is the bourbon cherries are like a calming.
Brandi laid out a little thing here with some Triscuits, which is what you might have heard me crunching on, and cheese, some white cheddar, with some fucking cherries that will light you on fire.
Yep.
And then some nice, delightful cherries. I would say I think the Woodford Reserve cherries, if you use them in an old fashioned, would be really nice.
Oh yeah, they're very flavorful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're sweet. They're nice.
They're very good.
Beautiful. So I did the Tito's and iced tea, and then I had a Hoppin' Frog Mango Turbo Shandy Citrus Ale, which tastes like it has lactose in it. It's like 7%.
Yeah, I had a sip of that, and I mean the flavor is delicious, but it did taste like a milkshake beer.
Right. And it does not state that. Usually they'll state that they have lactose in them if they do, because lactose intolerance and whatnot. That'd be horrible to get a beer and then shit your brains out 5 minutes later.
It just felt very thick.
Yeah, so Hoppin' Frog, a juicy mango taste and aroma, adds a delightful tropical complement to the refreshing lemon and light malt flavors of the Turbo Shandy. Complex and satisfying, taking citrus ales to a whole new level. It's all right. I think it takes a minute to get used to because it tastes like you're drinking a milkshake.
It tastes good. The flavor was good.
Yeah.
It was just a different texture.
Thick. It was thick.
Yeah, it was very thick.
And then I will recommend that I didn't get to have one on air, but Leinenkugel is got a juicy peach ale that's out. I'll leave one of these here for you if you like peach. It's a refreshing and tart natural peach flavor. It doesn't even say what the hell it is.
I'll be honest, I'm newly trying new peach things because I haven't been able to have peach in a good 15 or so years.
Why not?
Because when I went to Purdue, there was a certain fraternity that held off-site parties because it was a dry fraternity.
Yeah.
And what they would serve for free to all the ladies was called creek water. And it had a very heavy peach schnapps flavor to it.
Oh, no.
That I got sick off of 1 or 2 times. And so peach was never a real good flavor for me.
Yeah, this is lightly peach, so
lightly peach might be good.
Give it a try. It's
I mean, I like real peaches. Like peaches themselves are good.
It says that it's beer with peach.
I didn't understand that.
Okay, so this is a new phenomenon. My phone has Alexa and Google on it, but for some reason, it keeps listening to me even when I don't say the keywords.
Yeah.
And it will respond while I'm speaking, and I don't understand how to get it to stop.
I don't either because I can't stop my phone from doing that.
Well, that's my
as
thing.
we were driving, it would be like, I'm sorry, I didn't understand. I was like, nobody said anything.
Nobody was talking to you. And I'm like, and everything that I read online, it's like, well, you can turn that off. And I'm like, but if I turn it off, then I can't say, hey, Google.
Right.
And it'll respond. See, like that. But I don't want to turn it off because I still want the hey Google thing, but I don't want it to respond when I'm not talking. Yeah, see, you have to constantly tell it to stop doing things.
So give this a try. I love Leinenkugel. So I love summer.
I really like their shandies and stuff. They have very good
summer
shandies.
When Leinenkugel shandy is when lemon shandy is available, it is now summer. This is not very shandy-ish. It's kind of tart.
Okay.
Very crisp.
But I like tart, so that's
give that
good.
a try.
All right, I'll give it a shot.
This is Platform Open Market Nordic Style White Ale, Peach and Apricot.
Oh, I tried that one, and that was
Yes.
very good.
This is very good.
Yeah, that one was
our last episode, we were like, woo, smorgasbord of whatever's in the
Beers,
freezer.
and it was
Yay.
delightful. That one was really good. I liked it.
Yeah, so we are recording someplace new. It opens us up to a little more adventure with some beers,
Different
and
alcohols and things.
So that'll be exciting. And outside of finding us in a bar, where else can you find us?
You can find us on Instagram and Twitter at DBBL_podcast, on Facebook or YouTube at DBBL Podcast, or on our website at dbblpodcast.com. Or if you want to get in contact with us, you can email us at dbblpodcast@gmail.com.
Excellent. If you want to share us with somebody, let them know that we are on any place that you can find podcasts. If you want to give us ratings, rate us on iTunes, rate us on Good Pods.
Honestly, the only way we get more viewership and everything is if you go rate us on whatever podcast app it is that you're listening to. So, like, we would super appreciate it. You only have to do it once, but just do it once and just give us, like, 5 stars and then move on.
Well, I mean, some platforms have it, like, per episode. So 5 stars per episode would be nice. If there's something that we can do to get your 5 stars that we are not doing and it's legal and or not against our moral compass, let us know. We might do it.
Which, let's be honest, is pretty low for both of us.
As long as it's not seeing our boobs.
Yeah.
Who knows?
And I'll be flashing people before, so let's be honest. That might not even be out of the question.
We can tell you.
I'm getting older, though, so, that might be out of the question.
I mean, it's easier to lift your shirt and do.
The dermatologist, they were like, okay, well, you can leave your bra on. And I was like, I'm not wearing one. And they were like, okay, great. I'm like, yeah, all right.
Yeah, I know. I've become, I've got tape.
Yeah.
So that at least my shirt stays
somewhere where it's supposed to be.
Yeah. So I tried. Oh my God, this is such an aside. Sorry, we should be at the end now.
No,
practice on someplace else. I tried nipple pasties, like nipple covers. So because we were with family and I did not want to wear a bra, but I also didn't want to walk around with like nipples out in front of people.
Right.
So I got the little nipple petals.
Yeah.
They make them for very small nipples.
Oh.
I don't have a very big one.
But it's also
But it was sorry, it's not the nipple, it's the areola. Was bigger than the fucking pasty. So I was like, that's not a problem. I'll just put them on and you center them because I'm really just worried about the pointy part.
But it hurts when you take them off.
It's not about the taking it off. It's about the fact that it pulls anyway.
Oh, God.
And that your areola skin is lighter. It's less dense, I guess, than like the skin around that.
It's thinner.
So after 3 days, I looked down because I was like, these should be coming off by now. I've been in the pool. I've been in the ocean. I've been in the shower.
Oh, God. You left them on for 3 days?
Yeah, because, I mean, they stick forever.
Oh, they do. I mean, yeah.
So I went to like look down to see if I could start taking them off because like you have to use like an oil or a cream or something to get them off. I looked down. I have a huge blister on one areola from where it has pulled the skin. Been pulling on the skin. Yeah. So fuck your naple pisties. Fuck your nipple.
Never left them on for longer than like, I don't know, 8 hours.
Well, no, I left them on because I figured like they would wear like,
eventually
like kinesiology tape. It'll just come off when it needs to come off.
No.
You shouldn't pull it. So I didn't pull it. I'm holding my boobs as I'm telling you.
I always pull it.
I did not pull it and it created a blister anymore. So I was like running into my husband going, would you look at this? And he's like, boobies. And I'm like, no,
look at the blister.
Take your naple pisties and fuck off. Anyway, I don't want to wear a bra anymore either, which is why. I didn't wear my jumpsuit to record, and I said I was going to, but it's hanging up drying right now.
Well, next episode we'll wear them.
We'll wear them.
I have a jumpsuit too.
I can't wait. Coming soon, a podcast from August.
Yes,
that you will very much enjoy, or at least we will enjoy making it.
Yeah, we will, because we're gonna have a road trip for a few hours. Woo! So we're gonna record some shit while we're driving.
Who else going?
So me and Mindy and our lovely friend Kat and my mother is actually going with us.
I didn't know if that was your mom or your sister whose number was in there.
Yeah. So it's me, Mindy.
For an entire weekend.
We can curse, but we will probably get scolded at one point. Not scolded so much as you guys swear a lot. So we'll get that comment probably.
I did take off the day. I don't even have to work on that Monday. I figured it was a new boss, and I was like, I need this time. He didn't say no, so whatever.
I mean, I feel like, if we need to work a little bit, because my thing is that's one thing my mom's very good at. If I'm like, I need to work while we're on vacation just for like half a day, she's like, okay, well, you do that, and you're like, you go in the other room. And like, if I'm not working, she'll be like, aren't you supposed to be working? And I'm like, all right, yeah, I'll go work.
I feel like your mom, if she told her we had to work for half a day, she'd plan an excursion for her and Kat. Like,
she would.
What are we gonna do?
Yeah, they'd go get us coffee and shit and like bring it back to us and like make us breakfast and shit. So yeah, I feel like it's the best opportunity to like have work because they'll just like make us shit for the morning.
Oh, that's awesome. So we have a lot of things coming up. Yeah. We appreciate you joining us tonight, and cheers.
Cheers. Aw,
I am eating a cracker.
You're fine. Actually, I have to pee again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I also remembered I had frozen onions. What was that? I had frozen onions. Oh, those are all yours.
Don't like them?
I don't like toothpaste in my chocolate.
Got it. I'm so good. I'm a sucker for mint.
I can't. I like mint gum. I like mint mints, but I don't like, I don't know.
Mint and chocolate. You're not a fan.
No, I just can't be like, when you go to those restaurants, they're like, the Pine Club gives you Andy's chocolates at the end of it.
Oh, God, I love Andy's chocolates.
Here, somebody else take it.
They're so bad. Bring you a chair. My ass is hurting.